Okay, folks, so BET, let me say it a third time, BET.com dropped an article, meaning that I'm not over here spoiling stuff on purpose. BET dropped this. This isn't an unlisted article. This is something made available to the public. So I don't want people whining and complaining, you're spoiling stuff. Blame BET, they did it. So they gave us a brief article, which is 3 paragraphs long, and I believe this is no doubt just summarizing the events of episode 2. Karen's labor takes a darker turn. The lives of her and her babies are on the line as she becomes the victim of medical gaslighting. And I want to read these paragraphs here. The picture they use is Erin, by her side in the hospital, and she's in pain. And like I said, kudos to Ebony's acting, because you could just feel it, the pain from this one picture. So it goes on to say, in the most recent episode of Sistas, it's suspenseful and dramatic as Karen's life is on the line. At the hospital, her mom and Erin are there as others from the sister circle make their way through all the traffic jams going on due to the blackouts. Karen doesn't look good and she doesn't feel good. Between her fever, bleeding a lot, and a doctor who isn't taking her concerns seriously, because Dr. Cruz is all on that. Oh, these are normal symptoms. Yeah. He keeps telling her that, there's nothing to worry about. Spoiler alert, it's not. Miss Lisa is advocating for her, and Fatima and Danny are talking about the situation. And they step to these doctors and nurses trying to get any sort of, help that's needed. So, it's going to get to the point where it's like, playing nice ain't going to do it. Because in the promo, Danny goes so far as to say, I will burn this place down if somebody doesn't get in here and help her. So later in the episode, her whole village is there, because in the promo, we see all the girls, Zach, Erin, Lisa in the room. And they find Dr. Vaughn, a 4th-year resident, who agrees to do an ultrasound after seeing Karen's severe condition. He discovers one of the kids doesn't have a heartbeat, so it's going to be a stillborn, and that's the reason why Karen is struggling. She's going to need a C-section. If not, she's going to die right along with the other baby, meaning that all 3 of them are going to die. So the resident heads out and lays this information to Dr. Cruz, who's condescending due to the fact that he overstepped, and as a result, he's pretty dismissive of the fact that Karen's life is in jeopardy. Now, Sabrina arrives just in time, and this is that scene from the promo where we see her walking down the hallway and overhearing Vaughn and Cruz discussing the situation. And that's when she tells the rest of the group what's going on. Now, from there, Andy uses her legal, connections and whatnot to determine how Karen can be assigned to a new doctor, and they get the ball rolling, and Dr. Vaughn is on the job, basically tasked with this very, very difficult situation to save these lives. But just when it seems that things might be looking up, Karen flatlines, and that's where the episode ends. So we're going to end episode 2 with the cliffhanger of Karen flatlining. Now, the question is, holy crap, does that mean her and both kids are dead? No. The balls it would take to kill Karen and these babies off in one go. In episode 2, they wouldn't do it. They're not going to do it. But, given the fact that we now know without a shadow of a doubt that one is going to be a stillborn, that explains Karen going like, this doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. Man, this is rough. And don't get me wrong. A lot of fans were like, look, there's a difference between theorizing and wanting something to happen. And the fact that we all pretty much say, she's going to lose one of those babies. Well, now we know. And it's one thing to talk about this for years versus seeing how it's being played out. And I like how it's being done in a way where we feel for Karen, because even though there are a lot of people I still don't like Karen, but Ebony is making me care. And I think that is just a testament to her acting skills. So the fallout from this is going to be insane, especially with Sabrina overhearing how dismissive Dr. Cruz is, because if left to him, Karen and those babies would all die, which is wild stuff. So a lot of people are thinking about, the lawsuits and whatnot that could be filed against this hospital because of how she was treated. So we'll just have to wait and see how things play out, and if BET will continue to drop these breakdowns a week in advance. So let's talk about it in the comments below, and I'll catch you all in the next video.